The second law of ecology is that all species are interdependent. We need each other, and that the strength of an ecosystem is dependent upon diversity. So the problem is that if you diminish diversity, you weaken the ecosystem and its ability to support any other species, including ourselves. And some species are actually more important than others, and that is the species that actually run this planet, that clean up our waste, that provide our food, that regulate the temperature, the weather, that maintain the health of the oceans, and that, bacteria, insects, fish, worms. We need them. They don't need us. Worms can live on the earth without people. We can't live on the earth without them. So we really have to respect the value of these species for our own survival. We cannot survive on the planet as a species by ourselves. The fisheries off the coasts of all the African coasts, all the nations, are being looted, primarily by Asian and European fishing fleets. The reason we have pirates in Somalia is because the Asian and European fishing fleets went in there and took everything, impoverished all those people, and forced people into piracy. That kind of piracy is going to happen in Mauritania and Senegal and the Ivory Coast within a few years, because the European Asian fishing fleets are doing the same thing there that they did in Somalia, and nothing's being done about it. I met with the president of Senegal over this, and he was very concerned, but his bureaucrats just slapped us down. Well, I think that they're certainly they're the same thing, but I focus on the oceans, really. But those people who are out there protecting their oceans, the forests, are doing the same thing. And they're doing a good job, some of them, protecting the forests in Tasmania, the redwoods in California, the forests in Borneo or British Columbia. There's a lot of activists, but again, it all comes down to the passion of the individuals involved. It isn't the big governments, it's not the corporations, it's not the large organizations that are saving the trees or saving the oceans. It's really a collection of very passionate individuals who are doing it on really next to nothing. I think that we have to understand that if you're going to challenge the status quo, you're going to be attacked. You're going to be attacked viciously, you're going to be criticized viciously. You just have to ignore that criticism and focus on your objective. There's an old Lakota Indian philosophy that says you don't do what you do by focusing on when you're going to win or lose. You do what you do because it's the right thing to do, the only thing to do, and it's the just thing to do. Don't worry about winning, don't worry about losing, just focus on the goal. I think the most difficult thing is human apathy and the fact that people just don't want to get involved. Usually until they're forced to get involved. But right now, they're beginning more and more to be forced to be involved because of the way things are and the way things are becoming. So soon, nobody will have any choice but to be involved. I'm always optimistic. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I wasn't optimistic. Where my optimism comes from is seeing more and more young people who have the imagination, the courage, and the passion to actually do these things. And I'm seeing a lot more now than I've ever seen before. And certainly collective awareness has increased tremendously. I remember back in 1972 we put billboards up in Vancouver that said, "Ecology, look it up and get involved." Nobody even knew what the word meant. So we've come a long ways there. Everybody's aware of the problem. Now we just got to get people to feel that they can actually make an impact to solve the problem.